Good morning, mi gente. How you doing? It's 9 a.m. I know. Gay people and then LGBTQ plus Kiki at 9 a.m. I mean, my dog's still asleep, but that's why I'm still in bed. Me? I'm FayWhat, and I'm gonna help you get your week started off right. We have lots of fun things to talk about. It's gonna be a great week.
Gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too? If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
The FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show, and we are live right now on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire Television, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm also on demand, baby. It's Monday, September 5th. It's Labor Day. I hope your butts are home or working from home or something like that. Happy Labor Day. So let's kiki about what's going on in the LGBTQ plus community. I have a sidekick joining me. You know who he is. You know who he is. You love him. What did you think I was talking about? You love him. I know you love him. All right, so our first segment is called Gay Boys Sleep Late. This morning, I'm joined by my gay guy pal model, burlesque performer, Damien Lenore. You can find him on Instagram at Return of Babylon. Good morning, Damien.
Good morning,
and
Faye.
welcome to Faye's Bed. I put some new interesting creamer in there. I put some oat milk. Why are all the gays drinking oat milk? Like, what is up with that?
You know, I don't know. It's not bad.
Right? It's a little sweeter.
Yeah.
Right? But they squeezed the poor little oat for some milk.
It's for the fiber.
It's for the fiber.
That way they can skip their Pure for Men that day.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. How are you, Papito? How's your week?
Good. My week is good.
Yeah. So it's Labor Day. I know that you're going away. You're going to Colorado or something, right?
Colorado. Yeah.
Are you afraid of the cold? Is that why you're going now in fall? Wait, is it summer still?
I mean, I wouldn't want to go. You know, it might have been nice to have gone like in the winter or in the fall and like seen the leaves and foliage or whatever, but it was like I just need a little break from the constant wet hand pushing me into the ground.
Yes.
Like,
tell your boyfriend to stop pushing your head down. Well, there's a lot of interesting things going on this week in the LGBTQ plus community. Can I lick that off?
Absolutely.
Did you guys see that? He dropped some coffee on his titty, on his boob.
I got oats on my tits.
I was just trying to help. He got oats on his tits. All right, Damien, let's kiki on some of them right now. First, some people are just so crazy that you have to laugh at them, like anti-LGBTQ plus preacher Steven Anderson, pastor at the Faithful Word Baptist Church in Tempe, Arizona. In his newest rant, he warns people that if they hang out with gays and lesbians, that gays and lesbians will get them drunk and turn them gay.
These people are going to take you down a dark path. You start hanging around with a bunch of and lesbians, you know what they're going to do? They're going to ply you with alcohol or ply you with drugs, and they're going to abuse you. They're going to molest you. They are going to get you into some weird junk that you have no desire to get into. Stay away from them. They are evil. They are freaks. They are predators. They're not reproducers. They are recruiters. They are molesters. They are predators. Stay away from them.
Don't worry. Damien and I are sober. So if you hang with us and you just end up gay, you'll end up gay because of our sexiness.
Absolutely.
Not because of drugs or alcohol, right? Right. So what are we all talking about? What do you think about this crazy person?
You know, I think our undeniable allure is more than enough. No, I'm just messing around. I think that is a ridiculous blanket statement from somebody who has probably never met a gay person in their life.
Yeah.
And not all of us use drugs and alcohol. Not all of us are completely 100% party people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, I mean, these religious maniacs are an issue in themselves.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we can kind of like thank the media for their portrayal of us and popular culture as nothing but party animals that have nothing going on in their lives except what circuit party are we going to, what bar are we going to, whatever.
And that's why that's why some people actually believe these crazy fools like that, because of that media spewing that, because it's not really us. And, it makes us out to look like groomers and like predators, like we need to get you drunk up and then turn you gay. First of all, you can't turn somebody gay. Trust me, I tried to turn straight a lot and it wouldn't work. So,
And like 90% of the time, no offense to straight people out there, whatever, I don't care to be around straight spaces and stuff like that. I don't want to go to like a sports bar. I don't want to go to like a straight club or whatever. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to turn straight people. I don't want to deal with that culture whatsoever, really.
Yeah.
So to make a statement like that, saying that like we're trying to lure people over to our side, keep them. We don't want them.
But that's how a lot of people think. That's the stereotype, though. You have to understand that, Damien. Like there's always, okay, like, I went away on a retreat a couple of weeks back, right? And I stayed in a room with a couple of girls, and hetero girls. And like, the first thought of like a husband of one of the hetero girls would be like, oh, you're staying in the room with Faye? Watch out. And it's such an idiotic, and this was a couple of years ago, and it's a common thing. It's a common thing that we have to deal with all the time, which is why people don't want to go into straight spaces, because it's like we don't want to feel like people have all eyes on us like that. And some people believe these crazy religious freaks.
And you know what? It's also like I'm tired of having to walk around trying to look mean and scary and tough, so
trying
that
to look
people
butch,
aren't going to like
judge me
or say some dumb shit to me or whatever, and then I'm gonna have to take care of it. You know what I mean?
But Damien, you are drop dead gorgeous. So when people are staring at you, they're not going, hey, look at that queer boy. They're looking at that man. Let me get some of that.
Well, I mean, let me step back a minute. I do not, by any stretch of the imagination, ever try to portray myself as a straight person.
Those days are over.
Will wear whatever I want to the gym. I'm going to wear a cutoff shirt and short shorts
and pasties.
And imagine, that would be cool. That would spitting my pasties while I'm doing squats or whatever.
Now we know what you're going to wear next time to the
gym. But
it's
also like I've seen this in gay culture as well. Like especially when I used to work at the strip club, our community, a large portion of our community, fetishizes straight men, and you can have a gay guy on stage giving an absolutely amazing pole routine, whatever, and a straight guy there literally kicking his ass and scratching his balls and staring at himself in the mirror, and they're paying attention to him because he's straight. And it's our fault too. We have to kind of stop putting these, we can't be doing that. Let's support ourselves. If I'm going to a strip club, sorry, I'm tipping whoever is doing a good job, and I'm tipping them more if they're gay and I'm in a gay strip club in situations like that. That's like a good example of that. Also contributes to people's perception of us trying to turn people out.
And sexualizing everything.
Never in my life, not once in my entire life, ever tried to turn out a straight person, ever. Not once, never, because I don't want them.
Well, and also, honey, you also got the pick of the litter. The rest of us have to deal with the scrap, so we might look at the straight guy because he's the last one there at the club. I mean, you'll never have to experience that. So, all right, just saying. All right, next, a lot of women and men of the transgender experience like to play sports. We know that. And one former athlete who has fought against that is conservative pundit Caitlyn Jenner. One of your favorite people, Damien. Now she seems to be changing her tune as another transgender woman is trying to compete in sports. And it may be because it's a sport that Caitlyn herself plays. Golf. God, I mean, you don't get more lesbian than playing golf. Well, aside from softball. All right. So Haley Davidson recently made an attempt to become the first transgender golfer to qualify for the LPGA. She received backlash from all of the regular sources, except for Caitlyn, surprisingly enough, who supported her attempt. This is the opposite reaction that Caitlyn had to Penn State swimmer Leah Thomas. You remember that? Another transgender athlete. I think she won, right? She was the swimmer who won. What do we think about this? What are we talking about here?
I mean, are we really surprised that like a ridiculous right-wing hypocrite is once again being a ridiculous
Right-wing hypocrite?
Yeah.
I think that she, in her heart of hearts, wants to be part of our community and just keeps on saying all the wrong things and keeps on doing all the wrong things. And it's just like, I sometimes feel bad for her. I'm sorry, I will say that. I know that's not a popular statement, Damien, but I mean, she is LGBTQ plus. She is a woman living the transgender experience, and she's got the wrong people around her telling her the wrong shit. Like I just kind of like want to shake her and go, look what you're doing. We will never ever support you if you continually do things like this. Like, so now she is supporting this transgender golfer, but a lot of us are kind of like, girl, it's too little too late. I mean, you support Trump, period. End, stop. I don't need to hear anything else but that.
It's also a very transparent attempt to say, oh, but it's okay for me to play golf. That's what it's giving that. It's giving like, oh, she plays golf, so she's making this double standard for like, oh, well, transgender people can play golf. They just can't play other sports.
They just can't play other sports. Have you ever played golf?
My dad tried to put me in golf lessons. He was like, loved golf and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's pretty, like the courses are pretty, but this also may be an unpopular opinion. I feel like it's like the not sport. It's like for people to floss the money that they have. It's very that. It's not fair. So you're literally like,
it is expensive to play golf. So
it's expensive, and you're driving around in a cart, having other people carry your bags for you so that you can whack a ball.
Hit a small little ball with a long ass stick.
That you learn how to do by spending more money hiring people to teach you how to hit that ball.
But they've got really cute outfits, Damien. Like really cute outfits. I love the little golf outfits.
And all I see is like Republican.
They do scream Mar-a-Lago. It's true. Yeah. It's true. And I think of golf, which is not fierce and it's not fabulous. And yeah,
if I ever were to golf, I would be going in like chaps and a corset, and that's it.
Ooh. And pasties.
Always
Always pasties. Next, Freddie Mercury, who had his own set of wonderful, fabulous leather things that you probably would have worn all day, every day. So Freddie Mercury and Princess Diana are both gay icons for very different reasons. Diana was friends with many LGBTQ plus icons, such as Elton John, Liza Minnelli, and a whole bunch of other people. Many people don't realize that the princess and the queen rocker were friends, though. Actress Cleo Rocco's once revealed that she joined Freddie and Diana out at a gay bar one night. In order to sneak the princess in, the queen frontman turned Diana into a drag king. What are we all talking about? How fierce is this?
That is fierce.
Can you just see that? Like the head gorgeous man of queen turned the princess into a king.
I'm sure she made a very sexy drag king too.
I can totally see it because she had just such a beautiful face and she just had great cheekbones, and that would have been like just mercy.
Her face also had like a hint of androgyny to it.
Yes.
That she could have been a hot dude.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, well, look at her sons. The one that was, well, I always get them mixed up, but like, the one that was good looking when he was younger ended up being ugly as an adult. And the one that was weird looking when he was a kid is gorgeous now. Go figure.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It does work out that way, right?
Yeah.
It's not like us. We were just born beautiful, and we just continue to be beautiful every more year.
Look at any pictures of me from middle school.
And don't look at any pictures of me under the age of 30. All right, next.
Also, though, drag kings are a very valid and important part of the performer society, and we all need to go out and support our drag kings wherever possible and give them more spaces to perform and to share their art with people, because they are valid, they're fierce, they're wonderful, and they're just as worthy of praise as any other performer out there.
I agree 100%. And I have a feeling that it's going to come around. It's just at a snail's pace. I think that in a couple of years we'll have a different, I hope that we have a different outlook upon it, because drag kings have been around forever.
Absolutely.
Forever.
Absolutely. It's like men trying to do burlesque.
Yeah.
We're kicking the door down.
Kicking the door down.
And we're taking the drag kings with us.
I love that.
Period.
Do it.
That's it.
Period. Next, the MTV Video Music Awards were last weekend, and the show has a lot of viewers, has lost a lot of viewers over the years, especially since the network stopped playing any music videos, right? But it doesn't mean that it's not still making headlines. This year's big news was Puerto Rican Boricua superstar Bad Bunny. The singer, who has said he's mostly heterosexual but identifies as sexually fluid, made waves with not one but two on-stage kisses. During his performance of Titi Me Preguntó, he stopped at one point to kiss a female backup dancer. After that, he immediately repeated the kiss with one of his male backup dancers, to roaring applause from the audience in the sold-out Yankee Stadium. Some people call it queer baiting. Others say that the visibility is showing his allyship. What are we all talking about? ¿Qué tú crees? What you think?
I think he is so insanely hot, like I can't even look at him. It's nuts. Did you see Bullet Train?
Oh my God, yes.
And the all
I forgot
5
about
minutes
that.
he was in that,
Yeah.
2.5 of which he was dead.
Did you
So
fast forward and
hot.
did you
So
fast forward
hot.
and rewind and
I
fast
saw
forward
it
and
in
rewind?
theaters with his gorgeous, beautiful face up there, stretched across that movie screen, with his gorgeous fashions on. And I think he's so hot. And how is it queer baiting if he's sexually fluid? It's not.
I don't think it's queer. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I do believe that his marketing and branding people are kind of on point. You know,
Yeah.
you want to like make people talk about it. It was everywhere the Monday after the VMAs, right? And, you know, Madonna did it, Britney did it, right? Everybody's kind of done it, like to just go, what? Did you see that? Same gender kiss? So, I mean, I don't think it's queer baiting because he is so fluid,
Yeah.
like you say. He always has like these crazy outfits. And one of his music videos, he dressed in drag and he did a great job of it and he looked comfortable. You know, when someone is in drag and it's like, okay, you can tell that they're playing the part or they were put up to it or it's for an event. It's not, he's just like, yeah, like I've done this on Sunday afternoons while cleaning the house.
Which is fierce. Which is really fierce. I think-
Right? Can you imagine him on Sunday ahí con un poquito de merengue, están limpiando la casa, vestida como Celia Cruz.
And just like a G-string and garter belts.
Yes, and pasties.
This is just a suggestion. I wouldn't be mad if I saw that.
Me
That's
neither.
all I'm saying.
Me neither. I loved that come Monday morning, I saw everybody on Facebook
What Monday
flabbergasted
morning?
over it, you
What
know?
Monday morning? What Monday morning? The visuals.
The
are
visuals.
there.
The visuals. He is
Boy can
gorgeous.
preach, yeah.
Do you know who Maluma is?
Of course.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm Puerto Rican Colombian. So Bad Bunny is Puerto Rican, Maluma's Colombian. Who do you choose?
Why choose? I
That's
think
why
they are
he's the boy in bed with me, you
of
see?
the hottest men in existence.
I can't.
Hottest.
I can't. I would lick them both.
Big time.
Just saying. Finally, music and fashion groundbreaker Lil Nas X has been announced as the new brand ambassador for Yves Saint Laurent. Beauté. Did I say that right, side voice?
Yep.
Beauté. You like that? Not beauty. Beauté.
It's like Tarjay.
I love that. The first round of product rollout that coincides with his appearance incorporates the brand's Rouge Per Couture, the Bold, lip color, and Lash Clash mascara after his appearance at the VMAs in a variation of the iconic dress originally worn by the supermodel Iman at the Met Gala in 2021 and created by the same designer, Harris Reed. Erasing gender lines is very on brand for the singer. What are we all talking about? Did you see like his big, at the VMAs too, he had that big, beautiful black
The halo
thing.
with the
Yes, that was the copy of the Iman dress from the Met Gala a couple years ago.
I love that he's just out there doing his thing. And
Unapologetically.
yes, very much that. And it's, I mean, do you remember with the satanic shoes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That sold out.
And they tried, I thought about buying a pair. I was like, these are just too fierce with blood in the soles and everything like that. But they try to get him for that. They try to get him for everything he's
Yep.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't give up.
And he's like,
He
"Nah."
does his thing. I am who I am. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to slay with fashion time and time and time and time
Yep,
again.
and with dancing and the choreography. I mean, he comes out and he gives a show. Mind you, how many of the last award shows have we talked about that he's gotten shunned from? Almost all of them. Like nominated 28,000 times and then won. Yet he's still unapologetically, he's like, I'm going to still be me, you know? And
Love
and Yves Saint Laurent says, I need this boy to be my brand ambassador. And they're absolutely right. Rouge and the mascara, both which he wore at the VMAs in such a wonderful, wonderful way. Like it was, he's got such a beautiful face, you know, and it's like that skin. Like, I don't think he uses olive oil like I do. I'm just saying. The FayWhat show is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America. Hotspots Magazine has been documenting the LGBTQ plus experience for 36 years. And Happening Out Television Network has been bringing you daily LGBTQ plus news, talk shows, and more for 4 years. In the same model of PBS and NPR, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. And educating the LGBTQ plus community in Florida about what's going on in the area isn't always easy. Florida's presidential candidate, Ron DeSantis, calls it Don't Say Gay. Fox News and Tucker Carlson calls it a secret gay agenda. We don't care what they think, so we're taking them both back. Let's play with our great South Florida events and our own, the gay agenda. First, breast cancer sucks. Like, sucks, I know firsthand. Our first event is Lipstick Lounge Rock the Runway at the W Hotel Fort Lauderdale. It's a fashion runway show by celebrity designer Wade Allen Halleck, but most importantly, 100% of the proceeds aid local breast cancer fighters financially who have little to no health insurance. Your attendance helps save lives. No research, but lending to a warrior in need is what it's all about. The event is September 15th, and it's for an important cause, so make sure to get your tickets now. You can also choose to donate an additional amount when you purchase your admission ticket. Go to happeningout.com, select the gay agenda, and search lipstick for more. What do we love about this?
I mean, an awesome fashion show that's actually helping people who need to be helped. I think that's really fierce.
It really is. It really is. Like, you know, I am almost a year and a half cancer free. Woo woo! High five, bitches! High five! I know, it really is. And I'm super blessed, and I caught it early, and I'm not going to get into all that, you know, crap. But while I was going through my cancer journey, I met a lot of women that were not in the best scenarios, you know. Some had support, some didn't. Some had insurance, some didn't. You know, it's a very costly thing to have. It's very costly, and you know, and it's all to get you better. So events like this, where 100% of the money goes back to those people in need, you know, it's incredible, and we need more events like this, you know. So go support. Go make sure that those ladies and men, because again, men also get breast cancer. Don't get it twisted, all right? So go and support this cause, and you'll have a great time doing it. And it's a fashion runway show. Don't we love that? Wherever we go, they should just have like runway shows everywhere. We should just go to Publix to pick up some oat milk, and there should just be like a runway show like in the middle.
Glamour all day, every
like
day.
glamour all day, every day. The Starbucks, the baristas, like just going up and down, right?
Work.
Like, wouldn't we enjoy that more? Next, South Florida has some amazing locations for handmade foods and drinks. 2 of those locations are teaming up tomorrow, September 6th, as Funky Buddha Brewery and Wilton Creamery team up for an ice cream and beer pairing. This carefully curated pairing includes 5 small batch ice cream selections matched with 5 unique beers to create a sweet experience. Tickets are $25 and include all 5 pairings. Go to happeningout.com, select the gay agenda, and search Buddha for more. What do we love about this?
I love Wilton Creamery's like special edition flavors.
So tell me about that. So what is it? So do they always have different flavors, or do they like, what does that mean? Like a small batch means that they just make.
So they don't have it all the time.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure like how often they change it or whatever, but every time I go there, which is like once a month, I always get one of their like special flavors.
And is it like a weird, freaky flavor, like things that like you've never thought would go together?
Yeah,
or is
they
it like
had like a shampoo one that tasted the way like shampoo smells. They had
who would want to taste shampoo?
It was good.
Fabian?
It was good. It was like florally and kind of like
okay.
They had chicha morada, which was delicious. They had some kind of like spicy chocolate flavor at one point, which I love, like a spicy chocolate bar.
Yummy.
Just like very interesting, like, hey, I wouldn't think this is an ice cream.
Yes. And that's what I was going to tell you, was one of the ones that I had tried from Wilton Creamery was something that was like sweet and spicy at the same time. And I don't know what it was. And I'm like, my taste buds were like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, where am I going? And then it would just end so like with a wonderful fragrance. It was just weird.
Yeah,
It was weird,
it's
but
like
delicious.
chemistry.
And it was like a journey. So if they're doing this and they're pairing it with beer, I can only imagine, like, you know, this ice cream is made right there by them.
Yeah.
And this beer is made right there by them. So it's like two people bringing their love for two wonderful things, beer and ice cream, and having a pairing for just $25. I love this.
That is really
This
cool.
is a cute date night.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and cheap, really. So, I mean, and you know, right? It's $25. So you leave a tip and you're good and you're done.
It's like a good first date when you
Yes.
don't want to like go blow a bunch of cash on somebody if you're not even sure like you're into
Yes.
a good blind date.
Yeah, someone you met on, maybe not Grinder, but someone that you meet on Match or something like that. They don't have to know it was $25. You buy the
Yeah.
tickets beforehand and there, it looks luxurious.
And it sounds really luxurious.
Yeah.
Like I'll skip. I mean, even back in the day, like when I drank, I wasn't into like a wine pairing with things. But if you give me like beer and junk food,
I love that.
absolutely.
Get your tickets today. Next, the world can be a serious place these days. And, you know, so the best way to remedy that is with some good old-fashioned stand-up comedy. And that's why this Friday, Sunshine Cathedral is hosting the hilarious Mo Mandel. He's best known for having been on Chelsea Lately like 1,000,000 times, but he's also appeared on shows like Modern Family, Two Broke Girls, and more. He also created the show Comedy Knockout on HBO Max. Make sure to get your tickets now. Go to happeningout.com, select the gay agenda, and search Mo for more. What do we love about this? Mo Mandel. Side voice, is he related to Howie Mandel?
No, other Jew.
He's another Jew. So, okay, not the same Jew. I thought he might have been related to him.
But they do have the same last name.
Yeah?
Are you a stand-up comedy fan?
I love stand-up comedy. Like one of my first jobs was bartending at this place called the Comedy Zone on South Beach that doesn't even exist anymore, right?
Okay.
And so I got to see like Carlos Mencia, I got to see Chappelle, I got to see like all these kids when they would just come through Miami, just test out some stuff. And it was a blast. I did a little bit of stand-up myself, hardest thing I ever did.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
I Miss FayWhat bombed a lot. It is not an easy thing. But now I love stand-up, but it takes a lot to make me laugh. Like I've heard so many of the jokes kind of redone
Yeah.
that it's kind of like, I kind of already, okay, they're setting this joke up. Like I'll mess up the joke for my wife for the Cuban and she'll get super mad. I'm not going with you to this anymore. You mess it up. You already told me the punchline before he did, you know? So that's my issue, you know?
Yeah.
You?
I don't love stand-up. I'll go, and sometimes I enjoy it more than I think I will.
Why don't you like it? Like, can you just like not stay focused on the story, or it's kind of like, eh?
I don't know. Like, my speed is more like Trixie and Katya talking shit with like the weird editing and stuff in the background. Like, maybe it is an
Like
ADD
our
thing.
show. Like
Yeah,
our show,
very
basically.
that,
Yeah.
very that. I don't know, and just it's like to watch somebody
Talk.
stand up there and try to tell jokes. And if they start bombing, I literally have to leave. Like I can't watch that. Like
Well, Mo is hysterical, so he's not gonna bomb. But I have been in the presence of people bombing, and you feel bad for them. You
bad.
kind of like,
It's
heh,
bad.
heh, heh, and nobody
my
else is
brother did
laughing.
stand up,
Ooh.
and he showed me. If you're watching this, I love you so much, and you're so talented.
You're so talented.
So
You're just
many
not funny.
ways, but stand up, girl, his stand. Oh my god, it was just like I can't watch this. I can't watch this. I couldn't watch it. Great actor. Can sing, can dance,
Listen,
everything. Comedy, just
stick to singing and dancing.
and
Okay?
cooking.
And cooking.
Yes.
Okay, Damien Lenore's brother. If I look up Damien Lenore's brother, will it pop up? All right, well, go check out Mo. It's going to be awesome at Sunshine Cathedral, and I'll be there as well, all right? So next, pageant season is almost here. One of the most glamorous and longest running drag pageants is the Miss Florida FI pageantry system, with categories of Miss, Mr., At-Large, and Supreme performers of all types are able to shine. The Mr., At-Large, and Supreme competition is on Sunday, October 2nd, with the Miss Florida FI and finale being held on Monday, October 3rd. Make sure that you get your tickets now. Go to happeningout.com, select the gay agenda, and search Miss Florida for more. What do we love about this? Isn't your mom giving up her crown now?
Yes, she is Miss Florida FI at large. And
Velvet Lenore, folks.
She will be having her step down. And it's going to be iconic. And I can't tell anyone too much about it, but it's going to be iconic.
Everything that she does
Yeah, she knows how to turn a party.
is iconic. And I've seen her like, just have like maybe like a day to prepare for something. Like, oh, okay, I just got called into this. I have the space. I'm going to go do it. And it's fantabulous. But then you give Miss Velvet Lenore a little bit of time to plan beyond.
She has 30 years in the business. 30 years. That's a long time.
But she reinvents. She keeps
Yeah.
it fresh.
Mhm.
She doesn't, it's just, there's certain queens that just it's a talent. It's just a talent. They don't go out and just do the same shit every single time for 30 years.
Yeah. There's
Which is why she's got all those crowns.
yeah. Because some people I feel like are really just born to be show people, and she's one of those people.
Yeah, but but okay, here's the thing. Look up Velvet Lenore if you don't know who Velvet Lenore is. She can do this, but then she could also turn it out with choreography and everything and a boob, and you're looking at the boob thinking it's gonna pop out of the dress, and it never does. I mean, it's just insanity. Velvet Lenore is everything. So get these tickets to watch the beautiful Miss Velvet Lenore she's not giving away her crowd. She's just stepping down.
Stepping down.
Yeah, and we'll see who's next, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Get your tickets today. So finally, Halloween is getting closer and closer, right? Gay Christmas is right around the corner, and it's time for everyone to start planning their costumes and setting up their party schedule. One party that you won't want to miss is the Pride Fort Lauderdale Halloween Extravaganza. Slash back to the 80s with music by DJ Pride, I love you girl, and hosted by Nicole Hollowell as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. It's an homage to the greatest horror decade of all time, the 80s. Go to happeningout.com, select the gay agenda, and search Splash for more. What do we love about this?
Everything.
Everything?
So I've told you before that Elvira was like my first crush.
Yes.
So I'm a big Elvira fan. Big Elvira
I
fan.
love Elvira. And when she came out, weren't we so happy?
Absolutely. And it made sense too.
Yeah.
And Nicole Hollowell is hysterical. So she will be fantastic as Elvira. I'm
Yes,
sure.
she will.
And this just sounds like a really fun, campy, like very Halloween event.
Yes.
I feel like sometimes you go to these things that are trying so hard to be like terrifying and scary and this and that. I feel like you need, like most of the time, there needs to be a certain level of camp involved in horror to make it enjoyable and digestible, so that you can walk away smiling instead of like contemplating
Homicide?
or that, or like I loved Hereditary, but there was nothing funny or enjoyable about that movie. The pacing is amazing. The movie is incredible. It's one of the best horror movies, in my opinion, in the past like 20 years, but it's not fun to watch. It's difficult to watch.
I can't, like, I could never watch scary movies. Like,
Really?
I can't, yeah. And like, I've seen all these scenes, like, in little snippets. Like, I think it was Johnny Depp who got swallowed up by the bed, right?
Oh, yeah, Nightmare on Elm
In
Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street. So I've seen all these things, but I've never sat and watched a whole Jason movie or anything like that because I get nightmares.
Oh, I watch all
Yeah,
of them.
I get nightmares.
All of them.
But you've got like a slew of people that you can, if you're gonna come to this party, which I know you are, that you have so many things that you could be,
Yeah.
right? Because you could do Freddy Krueger, you can do Halloween, you could do. You're gonna be in it
I will
actually,
be
right?
involved in this,
And
yes.
you're showing your butt cheeks, which we always enjoy, right? Don't we
Well,
enjoy the butt cheeks?
I'll be wearing something cute. So yeah.
This is gonna be a lot of fun. All right, side voice. This says search slash. Shouldn't it be search Halloween?
No, because we're gonna have more Halloween stuff.
All right, so we're gonna have more Halloween stuff coming up soon. But if you want to get tickets to this party, you make sure that you go to happeningout.com and you select the gay agenda and you search slash. All right, so slash. Because I said splash before, that makes sense now. Slash.
Not splash.
Slash. You can see rich content on all these events at happeningout.com and click the gay agenda in the menu. Well, that is what we will be talking about this week and the events that we want to attend. I got to thank my hunky man, Mr. Damien Lenore. So this week you're going to be traveling the world, going to a ski place when it's not cold and there's no snow. Great.
Yeah, and from a Sunday night until a Thursday morning.
Okay,
'Cause
well,
that's like what my schedule allows.
got it. Got it.
So we'll see.
We'll see. It'll be a lot of fun. I know that you're gonna have a lot of fun. Make sure to send pictures.
Absolutely.
I gotta thank Mr. Damian Lenore for getting up early for the FayWhat show, and remember to follow him on Instagram at Return of Babylon. I know how hard it is for you to wake up in the morning because gay boys sleep late. Dame un beso.
I love you.
Mwah! I love you more. So did you know that Happening Out Television Network studios are located at Sunshine Cathedral Square? That also houses Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church located in Fort Lauderdale. We broadcast our Sunday service every week to more than 30,000 at 10:30 a.m.
I'm Jeff Del May. I'm a husband and a father of a 12-year-old son and a queer activist. And Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
At the FayWhat show, we want to introduce you to interesting people that are important to our LGBTQ plus community. I get the best guests in bed with me at the FayWhat show. I am just a lucky lesbian. So we've got Tim Moss in the house, and Tim is a multi-talented performer. He has made a name for himself in film, New York theater, television, music. I think he did some radio too, a podcast, some smoke signals. You name it, if there's something gay and something to be acted, Tim is there, all right? In addition to his incredible comedic timing, he is an accomplished dramatic actor as well as singer, songwriter. I can go on and on and on. He is New York based, but he travels the world performing and representing our community to the fullest. From New York to South Florida, here's Tim Moss.
Oh my God, what an intro.
Don't you love that?
That was fabulous.
Hi, how are you,
Good.
Tim?
I can't top that. I may as well go.
And we're done, and scene.
And honey, I've got to tell you, you have had more gay men in your bed than I think I have.
And if you know Tim, then that's a lot.
That is. That's saying something there.
Oh my God, so Tim, I've heard so much about you over the years. Like, I'm originally from up north as well. And, the LGBTQ plus community, we could be finicky. We like what we like. And if you don't make us laugh in the first minute, you're effed and I'm done with you, And you have been able to do it all and keep people laughing for a nice amount of time. How did all this get started?
Well, thank you. I've been performing most of my life, but I kind of took a nosedive out of reality for about 20 years and kind of did a Rip Van Winkle in a way. And then when I woke up again, it was kind of a new world, and I was like, let me get back into entertainment, and I did. And it's what I'm supposed to do. It's who I am, and
your calling.
That is my path. So,
well, and you said that you had taken 20 years off. I know that in those 20 years you were like a real estate agent or some shit like that. What the hell? But tell me, there was another reation why you took 20 years off. Was it for your sobriety?
Well, that was it. Yeah, it was a combination of things. It was I grew up in the 60s and the 70s in the countryside of Indiana.
Okay.
So
anywhere I want to go.
And a religious family, not extreme, but enough that I thought I'm going to go to hell. And then and being gay and all that, I figured I'm going to the lower levels of hell. There's no help for my soul.
So you might as well, why bother then? Let's go in full
and then
force.
But I always enjoyed entertaining. So I went out and moved to New York. I got manipulated in real estate when I went out looking for an apartment. Wait
a minute, you went out looking for an apartment and you became a real estate in the process instead of finding a place to live.
The guy running the real estate office used to be in show business, and he worked with Sinatra, he worked with Elizabeth Taylor, I mean, these heavy hitters here. And so I thought, well, I'll help him with his real estate office, and then he can help me with my entertainment career, but he never intended on that. So
was he just trying to get into your pants?
No. No, he needed somebody to run the real estate. So he was constantly telling me, "Oh, you're not that good of a singer. You're not that talented. And after he
you got to pay the bills."
But after a couple of years of hearing that, I believed him that I had no talent, and so I just gave up. and I started reaching for drugs and alcohol, and it built up to extreme levels over 20 years.
Oh my God.
To where, honestly, it's quite a miracle that I'm here.
I believe
it really is.
And I love that. I mean, I found that out after the fact. Now I even loved him even more. Like, I loved him for, you know, his talent, for his charisma, for his representation of our community, honestly. And then, you know, you guys all know that I'm in recovery. So to hear that he's in recovery also, and that, you know, we were on the floor. Like we are, life is not fair. Every time somebody says, oh, you know, life is not fair. Damn right, life is not fair. Because if life was fair, me or him would not be sitting here right now.
Right, absolutely.
Like, straight up, the situations that you put yourself in, and I think especially in our community.
Absolutely.
We put ourselves in some weird places, some weird condos with weird people and a lot of drugs. And no way to get out, right? And like, you know, and we laugh about it. Like, I woke up naked in the back room of a place that I have no idea where I was at, where I had to tie the sheets together to get out of a second floor. And that's like just a normal story. Look, you don't even, you know, like when you talk to somebody else in recovery, the person doesn't even flinch because they've been there too, right? It's like, yep, been there.
Yeah,
been there.
In my cabaret show that I did this last weekend at the pub here in Wilton Manors, I talk about it, and I revealed my, talk about my addiction. And I mean, the most extreme things just became like every day, like stabbings and fires and
people dying and people overdosing
and hospital stays. And that was just normal.
Yeah.
That became normal. And I am so grateful that that is no longer my normal.
Yeah.
That's why I have such a positive attitude. As I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I don't have to deal with any of that fucked up, that messed up shit.
No, it's okay.
Anymore. But,
yeah, it's funny because you can't get out of bed to go to a job, but you'll figure out how to get out of bed to get your next fix, or you know, or you look at the bottle and you're like, oh no, there's only a little bit left. What am I gonna do? And it's like, you know, a rainstorm, snowstorm in New York City, me looking for a liquor store that would be open when everything else is closing down. Been there, right?
Yeah.
Right? Was theater like a safe space for you during all this time? Or
no, I totally
just left
withdrew.
everything.
Yeah, because again, I was told I wasn't talented and had no talent, so I didn't even bother performing.
Okay, so what happened?
So I was just in this dark space for 20 years. And then once I went into rehab and recovery, well, firstly, I was an amnesiac. I had lost all my memories because I had a brain atrophy. My brain had swollen because I had done so many years of alcohol consumption and drug consumption. And when I started rehab, my memories started to come back, which was really weird.
Oh my God.
But one of the first ones that resurfaced was this beautiful memory that said, you're a singer, you're an actor. I had forgotten for 20 years, I had forgotten who I was. And that I grabbed a hold of that, and that kind of started to light up this little narrow path for me to follow. And that's what helped guide me out.
The breadcrumbs, and that helped you get out of that crazy
But that
hole.
literally lit up a pathway for me to start following.
Wow.
In extreme darkness,
That is incredible. No one understands that darkness unless you're in it. Like, it's just,
and lost,
broken hearted, dark, and you're in quicksand to here. But for whatever reason, you think it's the only place for you. You're like, oh, I can't get any better. There is no help for me. This is the rest of my life.
Yeah, and just keep repeating the same acts after the same, after the same, after the same. But I'm so grateful for you.
Oh.
And that we can tell people that you can do this. I'm not going to tell you ever that it's easy.
No, it's not.
It is the most difficult thing you will ever experience in your life, is to change your thoughts, change your patterns, change all of that.
Yeah.
But it is so worth it, and you can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
There is a solution. There is help out there.
Yeah.
It's just like Tim says, it's not easy, and you've got to. I mean, you know, and I hate that when people say, "Oh, it's for people who really want it." I wanted it. I really did want it. I just could not.
I did too.
I could not, and my brain was so warped that it took a couple of years to actually access all those memories, to figure out how to do things again.
Right.
You know, I was stuttering. I had seizures, and these are all things that would surprise most of you people. But it was just normal life.
Right.
And it is normal life when you're going through that.
Yeah.
And you forget how colorful the trees are.
Right.
And how air feels.
Yeah.
And the sound and the smells. Like,
and how wonderful Luna is
and how
here.
wonderful doggies are. You know, I mean, at the end of my drinking career, you know, I'm embarrassed to say, I'm not embarrassed to say because it's part of my story. But there was quite a few times that I thought about suicide, and that's a normal thing.
Absolutely.
It's a normal thought. Again, shock you doesn't shock us, you know? But there was a time there that I really wanted to go through with it, where I had the plan and I was ready to take it into effect, and I didn't do it because of my dog. That was the only reason why I didn't do it, where it was like, okay, there's no way, who's gonna find my dog?
Right.
There's no effing way I'm not doing it, you know? Crazy times. And in our community, it's so prevalent.
Right.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that so many, and fortunately, it's not as bad now as it used to be. But we were all told when we were growing up, "You're broken.
Yep.
You're wrong.
Yep.
You're not right.
You're an abomination.
Yes, exactly.
God hates
all
you.
of that. Exactly. Exactly.
And
I've discovered that my God is a God of love. Perfect. He's made me perfect, and that's part of me. So.
Yes, no. I mean, you know.
My God is love. My God doesn't teach hate, to hate your fellow man. It teaches to
completely.
love. So.
And that is why so many LGBTQ.
See, love,
look at the love. You asked for it. You said the magic word. Look at this. Oh, I love you, Tim.
I love you.
Don't ever feel unloved. You are enough. You are loved. I love you. Do you want to get a separate room?
I love it.
Because she will stay there forever.
I love that.
Mama, I just want him to feel welcome. Well, I think he feels welcome now.
Yeah, very
I know.
welcome.
Oh, my goodness. So when you got back into theater after 20 years, had things changed?
Yes and no. Theater will always be theater.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one wonderful thing about it, the constant of it.
But those connections is it's who you know, especially in New York. So
I never really built any connections because
connection lists.
I thought that's not my world, that I don't belong in theater, I don't belong in television, I don't belong in film or music until after I rehabbed. And again, that's when it's funny when that beautiful memory first appeared and said, you reminded me that I'm a singer, I'm an entertainer. My second thought was, well, am I too old to get into it? There's always that doubt. Always that doubt is the first one that comes in.
Of course.
And I thought, no, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to get back into it. And I have just had a ball. I have had so much fun.
And you have been nonstop since you've been back, too.
Miraculous things have just fallen right in my path. Yeah.
What was one of the first things that you did when you came back?
Well, firstly, the internet was just kind of really starting back up And a friend of mine had recommended I do internet radio. And one of the channels that he worked for had said, why don't you, or he had asked me, they said, we have a slot open. Do you want to do an internet radio show? And I was like, what would I do? Why would I
have a face for radio? No, I do not. How dare you?
Well, I thought, why would I do that? But I said yes. I went with my gut. And then I thought, well, I can help maybe other gay artists get exposure and help get them some these artists exposure, artists exposed, artists. So it's called Artists Exposed with Tim Moss.
Oh, okay.
And I started meeting all of these incredible LGBT artists that were just starting to come out publicly.
Yeah.
And started airing their music and interviewing them. And that led to... And after about 4 months of that, because I never knew why I started it, and about 4 or 5 months after that, I sat down at my desk and there was a message from this publicist and a message from this manager and from this agent and I was like, oh my God, they're coming to me now.
Yes, look at you.
That's why the universe was telling me to start this show so that I could get these people to come to me, and that was the beginning of my networking.
The universe reinforced.
Yeah.
What you always knew all along, but were pushed down. By society and by people.
But once I allowed it, the universe started guiding me.
And started giving you the next open door. And the next open door. And the next open door.
To where now I'm literally, 4 weeks ago, I was doing a show in Rhode Island and Massachusetts called Lube, which is a parody. It's a parody of Grease. Lube.
Oh, I love it!
Only it's very naughty, very funny.
I love it!
With my good friend Ike Velli. It's a show that he had written. And we were doing that in Rhode Island. The following weekend, we were in Boise, Idaho, doing 50 Shades of Gay, which is an adult variety show, an gay variety show, and it's hysterical. And we're hopefully bringing that to the pub at Christmas.
Oh, for sure.
Here in Wilton Manors.
Do you like South Florida? I know that you were at the pub a couple of weeks ago, and and a couple of weeks ago you were at the pub.
Oh yes, I was a couple weeks ago.
I love how Tim doesn't even know where he's at sometimes. Tim,
or what day of the week it is.
What day of the week it is? As long as he's got clothes on, he's good. You know, right? Like you remember? Oh, did I forget my shoes?
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
Oh, and speaking of which,
I love
my socks.
Those socks are everything. But you've been to South Florida before.
Yes.
And you've never lived down here.
No, no.
Surprisingly enough.
My grandparents they lived northern, up around Ocala.
Okay.
And Inverness, up in that area.
Ugh.
And, right.
Like Trump Central is really what we call that. Yeah.
And so I never really got down in this part of the state before until Rob Gould, who wrote the play 50 Shades of, or I'm sorry, he wrote the show Little House on the Ferry.
Little House on the Ferry. Yes, I wanted to ask you about that.
Oh my God, that show is so fun, and it's a full musical. It's hysterical. The music is great. The story is great. It's an amazing show. You can find out more about it at Little House on the Ferry, FERRY.com. And
so with him,
with him, they were doing a production in Boca. And so he called and asked me to come down to revive the role that I played in New York. And that's when I stayed in Fort Lauderdale. I was here for about a month, and oh my God, I fell in love with Fort Lauderdale.
And Wilton
Manors and Boca and West Palm Beach and Miami. This whole area is so amazing.
When you walked on Wilton Drive and you saw all the gays, that automatically like just go, ah!
Yeah.
You just like feel like I am home. Nobody wears a shirt. I love it.
Yes, and I can start to sing just break into some Broadway show tune, and somebody across the street will finish it.
Love it. Right? Exactly. You know, my wife doesn't like musicals. I know. I'm gonna stay married though. I'm gonna stay married. Well, unless they revoke that too. But you know, and she's always like, nobody breaks out into song for no reason. And I'm like, wait a minute,
yeah, right.
I do. So when we were in Italy and I was with my gay boys, hi Dennis and Tito, we would break into song all the time just to show her. We're like, look, we do it all the time. You know, like, the hills are alive, you know.
With the sound of music.
That's what we do, right, gays? Right? So you were down here a couple of years ago with when you came.
Well, this was earlier this year.
Oh, it was earlier this year. Okay,
2022.
so you were here for a month then. While you were here for a month, you must have heard about our political climate, about all the crap that's going on here. Our crazy governor that he wants to ban all drag shows. He has taken a bunch of LGBTQ plus books out of our libraries with just so much crap, you know.
Well, basically, go back to the 1950s.
Basically, yes. Basically, you know, I'm gonna have to ask you for help in co-signing for a checking account soon. Okay?
Yeah,
I mean, that's how backwards that we're going here in Florida.
Which just shocks me.
Does it?
In 2022, to have someone that so many people support that is thinking this way. I don't get what's going on in our country right now. It just doesn't make sense to me. That's why it's so important for you, like your show, for all of us to just be visible, to get out there and to keep showing that who we are and representing, because this is the time that we really have to be more visible.
We do.
Yeah.
We really do. We have to continue to tell our stories, continue to shine bright, like Tim is saying, you know?
Yeah.
So what do people in New York think about us down here?
Well, I even had some people go, "Why are you going to Florida with DeSantis? Oh my God."
Okay.
And I was like, that's why.
That's why.
I've got to go down there because I went out to Boise, Idaho, which I had never been to Boise a couple weeks ago to do 50 Shades of Gay was the name of the show.
In Boise, Idaho.
And
I can't
that's why,
believe
and
that.
and a couple weeks before that, or a few weeks before that, there was that militia in Idaho that had got stopped in that U-Haul.
Yes.
That was in
on the way
Idaho.
to like a pride or something, right? Where were
Yes,
they going?
they were going to disrupt a pride. And I was kind of like, well, that's why I have to go, is to represent.
And to keep on
Even
shining.
though, I didn't know what to expect when we arrived. I had no idea what to expect, but I was very surprised with Boise.
Yeah.
It's progressive. It's
Really?
It's very artistic. It's LGBT friendly. They want us back at Christmas as well.
What?
So
I am
hopefully
blown away
we'll
by
be.
that.
Hopefully I'll be going out taking 50 Shades of Gay Christmas out to Boise, and then hopefully down to Wilton Manors.
Well, thank you for representing, because I can't even listen. Inside scoop for you guys. I was offered a radio job, right, over in Boise. And I was like, F no, I ain't going to Boise. I'm a Latina lesbian that's 6 feet tall. No. And it wasn't even a thought where my wife was like, let's sit down and talk. No. There's that. I'd rather be broke here, you know? Like, oh man. Tim, Mar-a-Lago was raided a couple of weeks ago, and the president is like, "How dare you?" Blah blah blah.
Well, get stuff back.
Listen, do you think that this whole like espionage thing is true? Like that he would be selling secrets to the Russians
Oh,
and
that
stuff?
would surprise me. I mean, that's just
No,
my personal
yeah,
opinion.
this is just us
But
talking.
I put nothing past that man. Nothing past that man. He thinks he can get away with anything and has got away with so much. And why would he change? Why would he stop trying?
Yeah, but I think
know,
he's also delusional.
I'm
Like, there's
just
something wrong with the guy.
totally, yeah. I don't even, whatever. I'm so over him. I'm so done with him.
We're done with you. We're done with you. Goodbye. Remove yourself. Jesus. So like we were saying, you had the event at the pub. We love the pub. We love
Oh,
you guys.
God.
The pub is so welcoming.
I
like,
love them.
My God. And their burgers. Why do they have such good food there? What the hell?
So good. And the people there are so fun. They're
So
so
fun.
cool.
So fun. So how welcoming were they for your event? Was it fabulous that way?
It was. They just opened the doors and just let me come in, and I was part of the family. It was absolutely incredible.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah, and again, before I left that night, they've already asked for me to come back.
So we'll be talking about that on the FayWhat show for sure during Christmas time, and we'll have you come back before then also, so you could be back on the show and we could talk about that. You on your Twitter, I saw something about the Hot List 2022. What is that about?
Oh yeah, I think it's it's an online magazine, the New York Daily News Online is what the .com is what it is. But they had a list of the hot shows that are the LGBT shows that are out right now that they know of, and I was on 2 of them. On 50 Shades of Gay for live performance, and my show that I co-host with Wendy Stewart called If These Walls Could Talk. And we sit down and interview people and artists and authors and LGBT representatives from around the world.
I saw a bit of that on YouTube. And,
I
your
have so
co-host
much fun. Wendy Stewart.
She is so sweet.
She
and
is amazing,
hysterical too,
right?
which I didn't expect. I see this little white woman, I'm like, oh please, you know?
I'm telling you, everybody is always saying, oh my God, Tim, you're so energetic and you're always everywhere, and I'm always running around town and knock off 2 or 3 events a night. She will wear me out. Wendy Stewart will wear me out. She's so incredible.
Oh, I love that. Wendy, we got to have you on the show next time you come down.
Absolutely.
You entertain, queer LGBTQ folks. Do you watch LGBTQ plus shows? Anything that you watch?
My problem is I don't have the time.
Here we go. I don't have the time. I'm too busy entertaining all of you.
I am. I'm out doing shows and running over here and doing this event and doing that event. And everybody's always like, "Oh, well, have you seen this television show?" And I was like, "No."
So,
but I know a lot of the people that are in the shows that are doing them, which I'm grateful for. Like Pose. I did a film a few years ago called "The Garden Left Behind," which was the first. Or one of the first predominantly trans cast films. It was mostly trans actors in the film.
How awesome.
But it wasn't released until after Pose came out.
Okay.
And a lot of my friends that I shot that were in The Garden Left Behind were on Pose. And Dominic Jackson, I've known Dominic for years.
I love that woman.
Oh my God, me too. She's my sister.
She's the one I got the remove yourself.
Yeah.
It's from her.
The Electra, yes. But I was so happy when she got that role. I just absolutely, and a lot of my friends, that I've worked with over the years I'm seeing them now on television shows and doing national tours and international, like Bianca Del Rio. I interviewed her years and years and years before she went on,
RuPaul.
Yeah. Laverne Cox and all of it. I'm so happy to see the heights that their careers are taking and the representation that they're
deserving.
Doing. Yes, absolutely.
And they're deserving. They're such good people,
Right.
So if you don't watch TV and you don't, what's your guilty pleasure then, Tim?
Sleep.
Good sleep. That's my guilty pleasure.
Yes, right. I'm so happy when I am able to just lay down and go to sleep.
Oh gosh. So is that why you're single?
Probably.
Wow, there was no hesitation in that question. You saw that was like, yep, probably. That's probably it.
Well, that and my career. I'm kind of married to my career, so I'm always, again, 1 week I'm in Rhode Island, the next in Boise. The next in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I live in New York City, and so I'm I'm out and about quite a lot, which I love.
Yeah.
But I need someone who is understanding of that.
And that's very hard.
Right.
And
right.
that's very hard to do. Like when you're in this kind of world, then the person
Yeah.
either wants to be there at every one of your shows, which is weird,
Yeah.
you know, or it's they don't understand what you're doing, and it's like, why do you
Right.
commit so much time to this?
Right. And why isn't my dinner on the table at 6 p.m.? You know, like that will never happen with me.
No.
I can never guarantee I'm going to be home at 6 to cook your meal.
No. So then what do you do? So like, do you just date? Do you grind, or do you just, what do you do?
I want to date. That is my thing. Is
Tim
I
wants
wanna
to date.
find-
Call the
I
FayWhat
want,
show.
please. I want to say FayWhat. I forgot to say that too earlier, but I love that FayWhat.
You know where I got that crap from? Because I talk so fast that people would be like, Faye, what? And I always say that, like, since I was a little girl, my mom would be like, Faye, ¿qué? Because, you know, I just always spoke so fast. Like, it was like my head didn't keep up with what was coming out of my mouth, you know?
Yeah. So no, I haven't. I really haven't even been hooking up. I've just been more. My focus right now is to find someone to settle down with.
And carry your things for
And
gigs.
right.
No? That's what I was
Well,
looking for.
somebody again, a mutual respect, a mutual love, a mutual understanding of each other, and so of course sex is in there, but that's not my top priority.
Got it.
I'm looking for a partner, a mate, a companion. You know, that's what I'm looking for.
How long have you been single now, Tim?
Oh my God, way too
Oh,
long.
a long time. So I've got a friend of mine who I love.
Oh, good.
dearly.
She's trying to hook me
I'll
up.
hook you up. No. Well, I mean, I could. I mean, he would be perfect for you. But here's the thing: that like he had a great run. He has had a great jobs, life, loves everything.
Oh, good.
Still
Good,
has
good,
incredible stuff, but now doesn't feel the need that he's got to go through all the drama and all the shit that comes along with dating another
Right.
gay man. You
Right.
know?
Oh my
So he has
God.
made a pact with his incredible friend of many years that if by this point we don't find somebody, then we just take care of each other
I
when we
like
hit
that.
a certain
That's nice.
age.
Yeah.
Would that be something that would be interesting to you?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Call the FayWhat show. You
I'm
see?
open. I'm open to all options, actually. And the thing is I'm not picky. I don't care about race, culture, size. None of that matters. you
None
know?
of that matters.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, okay, top or bottom?
I don't care.
You don't care. Okay. Tim literally said hashtag I don't care. All right, so let's.
Just a man, somebody who
Just
loves
a
me and I love
man.
him.
Just
And
a
yeah.
man. All right, so we're gonna play the FayWhat or game real quick, okay? And it's
Okay.
just a way for our viewers to just get to know you
Sure.
a little better. So it's just like a speed round, and you just answer what is your favorite thing. All
Okay.
right? Okay, here we go. So marinara or Alfredo sauce?
Alfredo.
Fried fish or sushi?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I love them both. I love them both. So I'm going sushi.
Uber Eats or DoorDash?
DoorDash.
Liza or Judy? I know. I'll give you 2 seconds.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to pass on that one. That's an impossible.
What?
That's impossible to answer.
What? And guess what? That
Well-
is the right answer. That is the right answer. Thank you. And thank you. You are my favorite person in the world. That was a trick question. It is impossible for any male, female, whatever you are, queer person that is an LGBTQ plus to pick between
Yeah.
Judy Garland and Liza Minnelli. I love you more and more the more you sit next to me. Sorted Lives or A League of Their Own?
Leave their own.
Bears or leather?
Ooh, Bears.
Folks from New Jersey or folks from Pennsylvania?
I'm gonna get in trouble for either one.
Exactly.
I got my New Jersey peeps though.
Thank you. I'm from New Jersey. Monkeypox or COVID? Maybe too soon. That's maybe too soon. All right. Sorry. All right.
I'll take another bout of COVID over the monkeypox, I think.
New York Pride or Fire Island?
Oh, New York Pride.
Okay. Neil Patrick
I don't do Fire Island that much anymore.
anymore.
Well, it's
Yeah, there's a lot of young people now.
mostly just sex driven, which is great. I
Which is
love
great.
Fire Island, but yeah.
All right. Last question. Neil Patrick Harris or Ricky Martin?
Ike is going to kill me for this one. Ike Avelli, 50 Shades of Gay, because he has a huge thing for Ricky Martin, but Ricky Martin.
I mean, because again, it just all depends on, how you I don't know, like your want that day. I mean, because there couldn't be more different, you know? All right, so there you go. There is our horror game with Tim Moss. Follow him on social media everywhere because he's always got something going on. He's
Yeah,
gonna
well,
be.
I've also got news coming out because
Tell me.
I don't know if you knew, I'm a movie star.
You're a movie star.
Yes.
All right. What are we gonna see?
I star in a movie called Junk.
Okay.
Junk.
All right, love it already.
And it's a full-length feature. It's a musical.
Uh-huh.
It's LGBT, and there's only 2 people in the cast, just me and my co-star Robbie Wayne from Palm Springs.
Okay.
It was written by the brilliant Michael Penny in North Carolina, and it's about an older gay man and a younger gay man that go in to clean out the house of a recently deceased man that lives out in the woods like a hermit by himself. And we piece his life together based on his possessions, and we have a lot of arguments. It's intergenerational gap. And but we have to stop and break into song every now and then because it's
We're
a
gay.
musical.
Of course. Yeah. And that's it. That makes sense. All right. So when is Junk gonna come out?
Well, that's the thing. And you need to please follow me because I will be announcing in the coming months where you can see it and how you can tune in to see it. So
Okay.
But I would really love for everybody to find that because especially like the Wilton Manors older gay lesbian crowd will love this movie because it hits on a lot of things.
I love that.
Like for one thing, tattoos, for example,
Mm-hmm.
like a tattoo when I was growing up, a tattoo, if a man had a tattoo, he was a rebel.
He was a biker.
Right? He
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
outside the
He
law.
was in jail.
You do not mess with him.
Yes.
He's a rebellious.
Now grandmas
Now a tattoo is a sign of conformity. It's almost like you've got to have a tattoo to be, and we hit on things like that about how things used to be
And how
versus
things
how they
are.
are today.
Got it.
And
That sounds interesting.
it really
I
is.
love
We are
that.
so proud of this movie. So proud of this
So
film.
when do you think maybe, so we don't know.
Well, in the next coming months, I think UBC TV is going to be airing it on their pay-per-view.
Awesome.
So yeah, so
Okay,
that'll be the first step.
We gotta do like a
rollout.
viewing party or something like that. Yeah, like we definitely have to do that next time you're down here. Junk, okay, coming soon to a theater near you, and it's gonna
My
be
junk will be coming to his theater coming soon. My junk will be coming soon.
junk, and it won't be junk. It won't be junk at all. But I have a feeling it's gonna be phenomenal. I have a feeling. I love the premise and you and all of that. That's gonna be awesome. So again, make sure that you follow Tim Moss on all social media outlets.
And it's TYM.
It's TYM.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not that white. It's TYM, not TIM. You know, we're gay. We're fabulous. We took the Y back. We want to just throw it wherever possible. Faye,
And
get it?
just also real quick, my good friend Rob Gould, who wrote Little House on the Ferry.
Rob Gould is very talented.
Extremely.
That gentleman can write songs about air.
Yeah, right.
About bad air.
And he wrote a song for me called Tim with a Y, not an I.
Oh, I love
And
that.
I'm actually going to be recording the vocals in a couple days.
I love that. Like Liza.
Yes,
I love
right. Like
that.
Liza with a Z.
Oh yeah, going back to that. Good job there. That was so badass. I can't even tell you. All right, make sure that you follow Tim Moss on all social media outlets. That is Tim with a Y, and we will have him back on the FayWhat show. FayWhat. Definitely by the end of the year. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Tim, for being in my bed.
I love you so much. I'll be in your bed anytime.
All right, now take off my socks. Finally this morning, I want to get our week started by telling you some things that are really important to me. We call it Faye, what's on my mind? So I just heard about this quiet quitting. Have you heard of this? No? Look it up. So the quiet quitting mentality, the concept of no longer going above and beyond, and instead doing what your job description requires, and only that. So you're still performing your duties, but you're kind of doing the bare minimum to like not get fired, right? So you're sticking to your working hours and not taking on any extra work. So this happened in the wake of the COVID pandemic, right? That caused people to like relook at how they worked and how that could look like. Some considered extending remote working, not working much on Fridays, or in some cases, not working at all. So I read somewhere that Ariana Huffington, she's the founder of the Huffington Post. She had said that quiet quitting wasn't just about quitting on a job. It's kind of a step towards quitting on life. And I'm kind of on the fence here. I kind of agree with her. Like, I come from the world where you go above and beyond for everything. Bring the best version of yourself that you can that day. It's not always easy, I know, but you do your best. So you show whoever is employing you that you were the only choice for the job, right? But then on the other side of the argument, are these youngins onto something? Should we do just the bare minimum, just enough, and not let the added stress of perfection drive us cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? It's 5 p.m. Sorry, time to clock out. Peace, bitches. I don't know. It's time to go enjoy life. I don't know. I'm on the fence there, but I'm going to leave you with that. Now you think about quiet quitting. I thought it was quitting a job quietly, like writing a handwritten note and going, I quit, peace. There you go. Well, that is what's on my mind, and that is the FayWhat Show. I hope you had fun. I am really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ+ community. It's often hard for us girls. If we believe that we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q+. We opened the show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore, and that girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ+ community. I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder this week, a little bit funnier, and embrace our tremendous diversity. It's what makes us so strong. Until next Monday at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand. I am FayWhat, and I'm #thatgirl. I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Come here, Luna. Come here, Luna. Tell the folks to stay gay. Okay, stay gay. See you next week. I love you, Luna. I love you.
Rainbows, gay boys, #thatgirl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #thatgirl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina but she's you?
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat Show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ+ media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat Show. Get the week started